His journey started as a child star with the Jackson 5, but everything changed when he launched his solo career. Albums like Thriller, Bad and Dangerous sold hundreds of millions of copies worldwide. Thriller alone became the best-selling album in music history. At the peak of his fame, Michael earned millions from album sales, sold-out concerts, merchandise, and endorsement deals. His music videos looked more like Hollywood movies than normal performances. Fans across the globe treated him like royalty. Everywhere he went, massive crowds gathered just to catch a glimpse of him. Michael also made smart business moves. One of his biggest investments was purchasing a major share of the Beatles' music catalog, which generated enormous income over the years. That single deal shocked the entertainment world and proved Michael was more than just a singer, he was a businessman. By the 1990s, Michael Jackson wasn't simply a musician anymore. He had become one of the richest and most influential entertainers on earth, living a lifestyle most people could only imagine. One of the biggest symbols of Michael Jackson's incredible lifestyle was Neverland Ranch in California. This wasn't just a mansion, it was an entire fantasy world built for a superstar. The property covered thousands of acres and reportedly cost hundreds of millions of dollars over the years. Neverland included luxury homes, giant gardens, waterfalls, a private amusement park, carnival rides, and even a zoo with exotic animals. Michael wanted the ranch to feel magical, almost like a real-life Disneyland. Visitors often described Neverland as one of the most unbelievable celebrity homes ever created. There were private movie theaters, massive art collections, luxury furniture, and gold decorations throughout the property. Michael also kept rare animals including elephants, monkeys, and giraffes. Security around Neverland was extremely tight. Gates, guards, and surveillance systems protected the property from paparazzi and unwanted visitors. Yet despite the privacy, Michael regularly invited children and families to enjoy the amusement rides and attractions. Michael loved escaping to Neverland because it gave him peace away from the constant pressure of fame. For him, it represented freedom and childhood happiness that he felt he never fully experienced growing up as a star. At its peak, Neverland Ranch became one of the most famous celebrity estates in the world, and perfectly represented the extravagant lifestyle. Michael Jackson lived before his death. Michael Jackson was famous not only for making money, but also for spending enormous amounts of it. His lifestyle included private jets, luxury hotels, designer clothing, expensive jewelry, and some of the rarest collectibles in the world. Michael reportedly spent millions every month maintaining his lifestyle. He traveled with large teams of assistants, chefs, bodyguards, and personal staff. Whenever he stayed in hotels, entire floors were often reserved for privacy and security. One of Michael's biggest passions was shopping. He loved collecting antiques, paintings, statues, and historical items. Auction houses around the world competed for his attention because he could spend millions in a single day. He purchased luxury furniture, royal-style decorations, and custom-made clothing that matched his iconic image. Michael also owned several luxury vehicles and traveled in style wherever he went. During tours, his backstage areas looked more like presidential suites than dressing rooms. Every detail of his life reflected superstar-level wealth. But his spending habits eventually became a serious problem. Maintaining Neverland Ranch and funding his luxurious lifestyle cost enormous amounts of money. Reports later revealed that Michael had taken on significant debt despite earning hundreds of millions throughout his career. Still, even during difficult financial periods, Michael continued living like one of the most powerful entertainers in history. His lifestyle remained larger than life, filled with luxury, mystery, and extravagance that fascinated fans around the world. Few celebrities in history reached the level of fame that Michael Jackson achieved before his death. He wasn't just famous in one country, he was loved almost everywhere on Earth. When Michael traveled internationally, airports shut down, streets filled with screaming fans, and security teams struggled to control crowds. In some countries, thousands of people waited outside hotels for days, hoping to see him for only a few seconds. His popularity was so massive that many world leaders and royal families welcomed him as an honored guest. Michael's concerts generated unbelievable amounts of money. Stadiums sold out within minutes, and his tours became some of the highest-grossing events in music history. Fans copied his dance moves, fashion style, and signature look everywhere around the world. Brands also paid huge amounts to work with him. One of his most famous partnerships was with Pepsi, which became one of the biggest celebrity endorsement deals of its time. Beyond music, Michael influenced movies, fashion, dance, and pop culture itself. Artists from every generation credited him as their inspiration. Even decades later, his impact remains enormous. By the final years of his life, Michael Jackson had become more than a performer. He had become a global symbol. His fame gave him access to luxury, influence, and opportunities that very few people in history ever experience. Before his death in 2009, Michael Jackson was preparing for what many believed would be the greatest comeback in music history. The concert series, titled This Is It, was planned to take place in London and quickly became one of the most anticipated entertainment events ever announced. Fans rushed to buy tickets, causing record-breaking demand around the world. Originally planned as a small number of shows, the concerts expanded because of overwhelming interest. Michael was expected to earn hundreds of millions from the performances. Behind the scenes, preparations were massive. Rehearsals included advanced stage technology, special effects, dancers, live musicians, and futuristic visuals designed to amaze audiences. Michael reportedly worked tirelessly to perfect every detail, just as he had done throughout his legendary career. Despite financial troubles and years away from major touring, Michael still possessed unmatched star power. The world remained obsessed with him, and millions were ready to watch his return to the stage. However, concerns about his health also began to grow. Reports suggested he was under intense pressure while preparing for the demanding concert schedule. Sadly, before the first show could happen, Michael Jackson died suddenly on June 25, 2009, shocking the entire world. His death marked the end of one of the most extraordinary celebrity lives ever lived, a life filled with unimaginable fame, luxury, success, and mystery. Even after his death, Michael Jackson continued generating enormous wealth, proving how powerful his legacy truly was. In fact, many reports showed that his estate earned more money after his death than many living celebrities earned during their entire careers. Movies, documentaries, merchandise, streaming platforms, and music sales kept his empire alive. The documentary film Michael Jackson's This Is It became a worldwide success and gave fans a final look at the superstar preparing for his comeback concerts. Michael's music continued breaking records across streaming services and radio stations worldwide. Songs like Billie Jean, Beat It, and Smooth Criminal remained global classics loved by multiple generations. His influence also shaped modern artists in pop, hip-hop, and dance music. Many stars still study his performances, stage presence, and music videos to learn how to entertain audiences on the highest level. Today, Neverland Ranch, his iconic fashion style, legendary dance moves, and unforgettable music continue to keep his memory alive. Millions of fans still celebrate him as the greatest entertainer of all time. Although Michael Jackson faced struggles and controversies during his life, his impact on music and entertainment remains unmatched. The luxurious lifestyle he lived before his death became part of his legend, turning him into one of the most fascinating and unforgettable celebrities the world has ever seen. And that was the unbelievable life of Michael Jackson before his death. From global fame to unimaginable luxury, his legacy still lives on today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more incredible celebrity stories. See you in the next video.